Hello, everyone. My name is Katy, and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. Hope everybody's been having a good start to this week. We're already over hump day. It's Thursday, and it is now, let's see, July 16th. So we are already halfway through the month of July. I don't even know where the heck the time's going. It seems like the older I get, the faster everything goes. So anyway, what we're going to do today is I have some mail to open. I've already cracked the seal and stuff like that, so I'll do that, go ahead and get right into it in a minute. Also, I'm going to talk about a couple of projects that I'm going to be starting here, I hope within the next few days, in between next week going to Nuke. So there's that, and I will probably have to host my Saturday live. Let me think for a minute what date that is. Because I fly out on Saturday the 25th. So I'm flying out that morning, and that means that I'll have to do my live from Nuke. So I've been thinking about how I could handle doing the Nuke thing since I'm going to be in Nuke. Now I'm going to take my laptop with me and probably some crochet project, but I need to see if there's any restaurants in town that have free Wi-Fi, because if they have free Wi-Fi, then I could take my laptop there. If not, then what I'll do is y'all going to see me go live from my phone, which I dislike intensely. I don't think that's very much fun. And I don't know how long I can run the live using, I have plenty of data. That's not the problem. The problem is what do I want to do as a live on that Saturday? I could get a taxi and go down to, I could get checked into my room and everything and find out what they want me to, if there's anything they need me to do. If there's not anything and I'm just checking into a room at the patient hotel, and I'm free to do whatever I want, I might just take a taxi to the main part of Nuke and walk around and be live. I did find my gimbal, so I'm gonna get that thing charged and take it with me, and we'll see where that goes. I thought there was people in the chat, but it looks like there's 15 people in here, but I'm not seeing any chatter whatsoever. So can y'all please let me know you're here, or if you're just running me in the background. Anyway, so what I think I could do is maybe if I can get the taxi to drop me off. The old part of Nuke is right behind the center, right?
Yeah.
It's like within a couple blocks of each other, or is it further away?
If he dropped you near the Qaqortoq, near the center, you can walk down
to it, where especially where Mother of the Sea is at.
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought the two were close enough together, so it could be that I'll just put you on a gimbal, get down to where the older part of Nuke is, it'll be close to the center, and then I can go live with you guys. We can go see Mother of the Sea together because she's right there on that portion of, just along the water there. She's actually right in the water, sort of. Then we can walk through some of the, I don't know that the museum will be open, but you never know, they might be. And if the museum's open, then I'll probably go in there and let y'all see some of that. I just need to find out what the interest is for a Greenlander. I know here in this town, any of us who live in Greenland do not have to pay. So if I don't have to pay, that's even better. But if I do, that's okay too. I'll pay the fee and get inside and walk y'all around the museum. I'm not sure how much filming they're going to allow because I have to ask what the rules are for there. Here at our museum, it's okay. But I always ask before I just assume I'm going to turn my camera on. And also, I will tell you, if they say, yes, I can film it, I will tell you that there's a part in the museum that some of you might find disturbing, but I'm going to do it anyway. It has to do with some mummies that are in there. And I thought that because there's a lot more historic things inside the museum, it's a lot bigger. And I'm hopeful that it'll be open on Saturday. It just really depends. what their hours is. I really don't know their hours at all. Uh, and when I get out of that part, we'll come back and I'll show you what is considered, most Americans call them malls. Here on this side of the pond, they're called centers. And the centers are basically small stores in a building. And there should be quite a bit of artistic stuff in the foyer area because it was the last time I was in Nuke. And then we'll walk out of the center and walk into the town part of Nuke. There's some more rock carvings that are really cool. There's a seal carving that's really nice. And, you know, we'll see how far I get on the live. The only problem is I'll try to get Nikolai to from home be on his computer watching the chat, and he can answer a ton of questions about Nuke because I don't know that I'm gonna be able to see much text. I have a really difficult time seeing text on my phone because there's the glare and it's daylight, you know. So there's that little issue. So anyway, it'll be that, and I'll walk around. I'll also show you guys what my room looks like at the patient hotel and what it looks like on the outside. And it also faces out. Is that the fjord in front of the hospital, honey, or the ocean? Babe.
What?
Is that the ocean in front of the hospital or the fjord?
Is
it part ocean, part fjord?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's depends on where you're putting you.
I know, but the patient hospital still faces the ocean, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. And then on one side of it, you can actually see part of the fjord on one side. Because one year I saw, I was standing outside taking a picture of the sunset, and I discovered that there was whales down in the water because you could see the blow air. But I'm too far away from the fjord to get down there to see them. So by the time, within 5 minutes, they were there, then they were gone. Yeah. Day trips to the museum and other attractions would be awesome. Rick Stevens takes me all over the world. You could take me to Nuke, says Cynthia. All right, let's see who's in here. And then we will continue on with this discussion because I have a lot I want to talk about. And I know this is probably boring stuff for everybody, but you know, we got to talk about it. Hello to Cynthia. Welcome, welcome. Hi, KK. How you doing? Hello, Ginger. It's good to see you here also. Hey, Sharon, welcome, welcome. She says here and watching on the side, said Sharon, and hello, Helen. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Cindy. It's good to see you. And it's hot in my house. It's 61 degrees outside, you guys. Hello to Rhonda. Hello to JM. Welcome, welcome. He's from Wisconsin. Yay. Cynthia, I've already read Cynthia's. And hey, Geraldine, welcome. And KK says, do you have an extra wide stroller? No, why? I don't know what you're asking about the stroller. Anyway, so this will be that live on that Saturday, which will be the 25th. It will be me winging it. I will have no plans other than to go live on my phone. I will talk to Nikolai right before I go live so that he can monitor the chat. And if you guys have questions, because like I said, I will not see the text. I barely can see anything on that screen because of the glare from the sun. But he can answer any questions relating to Nuke because he's, wouldn't you say, more knowledgeable of Nuke than I am, right?
Possible.
Yeah, because I'm more knowledgeable of the town we live in and not so much about Nuke. I've concentrated a ton of my energy on learning all the history and everything concerning this town because that's my job during the summertime. So, I mean, I've studied some stuff about Nuke, but I really have concentrated on getting to know this community here, and because I live here, and that's what you do when you live in a community. You basically learn things about that community. So anyway, there's that. So that'll be, so the 25th I fly. I'm supposed to be leaving at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. if there's no problems with Air Greenland. And then I will see the doctor on Monday. I will be seeing 2 doctors, maybe 3, we'll see. Plus, I'm going to go visit the vampire for more blood work. We're going to be, he's the one doctor that's been talking to me back and forth through video conferencing has told me that my blood work, I told y'all this the other day, that most of my blood work was fine. He didn't see anything wrong there. Definitely no diabetes, but he's going to do some extra testing. And also I've requested him do a insulin resistant test, and also a cortisol. And I might ask him if he can test for inflammation, and if he can do all that in one thing, because there's like 3 blood tests that can test for those 3 different things. That would be a big help, especially with everything we're trying to do to figure out a way to combat my issues with my lungs. My lung problem will not go away. It will probably deteriorate further. But as long as my oxygen levels stay right on around what's normal for me, which is between 92 to 94, I don't foresee that being a problem. The biggest issue that y'all probably noticed, like when we went troll hunting, I was getting out of breath easily. Sometimes when I walk from the bedroom to the bathroom, I get out of breath. Sometimes when I walk out the front, it's not all the time, it's just some of the time. When I go from the front door up to the road, because that's it. Definitely inclines are very challenging for me these days because they get me out of breath really fast. And this is because my lung capacity is below 50% now, and that's not good. But you know, I'm getting up in age, and I've always felt like this has tried to take me out so many times with my lungs. So it'll probably be what will be my demise, my lungs. You know, and am I accepting of that? No, I really don't want to. But, you know, we have no control over some things. I was born this way, and I will go out of this world this way probably. So anyway, and I know that's a rather pragmatic way of looking at it. So what has everybody been doing today? Let me know in the chat. You said about walking around, and I cannot walk. So do you have an extra big stroller for me? I'm a big baby. Oh, now I get it. I don't know if you can rent one of those motorized things or not. You know, I'm so used to, you know, that's why I take taxi cab to some places, because I just, no, I need to save my energy for what really matters. So anyway, let's talk about mail. Okay. So yesterday, Nikolai picked up the mail, and I want you to look at the condition of my Sew Sampler box. You'll see that. It looks like somebody dropped something really heavy on top of it. Anyway, let's open this envelope first. This is from Sweetwater, and these are quilt labels that come in. I get one every month. Now this one is dated May. So here we are in July, and I'm just now getting May. You are being realistic and living and thriving in spite of your limitations, says Ronna. Yes, I am not going to lay down and give up. This has been an ongoing battle from the moment I took my first breath, and I absolutely will keep fighting until I can't fight anymore. So, yeah. All right. This is what I got for May. And I want y'all to see these because they're super cute. They're always nice to see. This one says handmade in Greenland. Handmade in Greenland, and it's got my name on it. Now, I will say, not every month do you get this where it says it's handmade in Greenland. You know, and those of you that, now I know there's some of you that have Sweetwater label. Well, I don't know if anyone in this channel does, or chat currently has a Sweetwater quilt label subscription, but I've had this for a really long time. I want to show you how long I've had this. See this plastic container? That's how long I've had this subscription. So I have a lot of quilt labels now. And the only reason I haven't stopped it, because that is quite a few quilt labels, is, you know how sometimes you want to contribute to a small business, and this is a small business. And I don't get a chance to, because I don't live in the United States anymore, I can't just go get in my car and go somewhere and have someone make me something. And this company has been very, very consistent with getting my stuff out. And if something disappears, she replaces it. And but I haven't had to contact her and say, hey, where's my quilt labels? Yes, they're running late, but I can blame that on what's going on here. You know, things get stuck in Denmark or whatever. But I keep all of them in here, and I go through here, and usually I'll go down here to the bottom and I'll find something I want to put on the back of a quilt. I have 4 quilts that need labels right now because they just got quilted, and I got to figure out. And let me ask you guys in chat, because maybe somebody can tell me how I can do this. I've never, ever added a quilt label after the fact of quilting. So I've been thinking about how I'm going to add my quilt label. And what I think I'm going to do, and you can, if you have it's good advice, please share it in the chat. What you know how to do. I was thinking about doing it my usual way, putting it in, you know, sewing a small block, putting the label in it, and then make sure that there's enough big enough where I can do like put a seam all the way around it, and then maybe hand sew it on one corner before I put my binding on. And then when my binding goes on, it will at least be sewn on 2 sides with the sewing machine, while the rest of it will be hand sewn. So what's your thoughts on how to add this after the fact? Because inquiring minds want to know. So that was the quilt label for May. And then we have this sew sampler box. And this is the June box. So now we're in July. So I am slowly getting caught up with my sew sampler boxes. They're coming on pretty close to when they're supposed to. So I should start. I'm pretty sure they've already mailed out July's box. I showed y'all the Liberty boxes that I bought, but we prepaid for those. Well, not prepaid, we paid a deposit. And then in the middle of June, they went ahead and took their money for the boxes I ordered. So I had gotten my 2 Liberty boxes. So I should see a July box soon. And Fat Quarter Shop is celebrating 10 years of being their company. Keep up the attitude of fighting for life and enjoy it. Yeah, Cynthia, I want to live forever. I know that's unrealistic, but that's how I feel about it. Sandra says, I hand stitch mine on and then blanket stitch around it. After you've quilted it, Sandra, but all 4 quilts have been quilted. Rita, hey, Rita, what you doing? She says, Katie, you are asking for thoughts. Oh, no, that means brain usage. I have no brain. Heat has melted it. Aw. All right, this is Jean's box. And let me see what's on the back of here because I need to cover up whatever's on it. Okay. Because I'm going to show you. Well, hang on a minute. I need to put tape over something because I will get in trouble. Let me see here. Let's use some stickers. I have some folder stickers. I just need to cover up a couple things because I don't want to get in trouble. All right. I'm going to put a sticker over this. Well, I'm going to cut it in half. Put one over here where you never know with people. I don't know if you can actually copy QR codes from a video or not, but I seem to think that maybe you can. Maybe. Anyway. Oh, wait, we've got one more. There's like 3 of them on here. I wish Sean was on here because I have something interesting to show him that's in this box. Okay, so on the back, oops. On the back here, you'll get something that says, this one says, quilt with us, Jolly Tree Farm Quilt and Stitch Along. And this is join the Fat Quarter Shop for our wait a minute, I think that's a freebie. In fact, I know that's a freebie. Anyway, this one right here is a freebie. I don't know about that one. Anyhow, join us for the 2026 Christmas Mystery Quilt Jolly Tree Farm, a festive quilt and stitch along filled with merry surprises and cozy holiday cheer. This little mystery quilt is stylish evergreen in the matching cross Stitch makes a merry pairing. Sew with us all through Christmas in July. So they've started it. They're already 2 weeks in. I will go look up the link for this so I can share it with you guys, because you can do both the sew along or the cross stitch. They're doing both. Then over here, what else you get with this is you get, because you're Sew Sampler subscriber, you get a free pattern. And this is called Fat Ace Flat Jack's Shortcut Quilt. So that's what this one looks like. And then down here, they give you special Sew Sampler savings. And this one was giving away, what was, let me see, 25% off Elizabeth Hartman patterns with promo code. So yeah, so there is an Elizabeth Hartman pattern in here, just so you know. And they also they take out patterns from previous Sew Sampler years. This one was the 2019 Sew Sampler Vault, which I already have this one, because back in 2019, I still had a Sew Sampler subscription. I had cut it off in 2020, I think. Okay, so that's what's on that. All righty then. Yep, thank you for that, Rita. I appreciate that. Yep, until then, be friends for life. That's right. See what I did there? Yes, I did. And Rita says you can do the QR code. See, I wasn't sure about that. All right, Sandra says, if before binding, I make triangle labels and sew them in the binding and hand sew it closed. That's what I was asking about, Sandra, because they've already been quilted, so I'll have to do this after the fact. All right, let's see what's in this box. Okay, so it always comes with a little brochure, and it tells you everything that's going to be in the box. And I will tell you as we go along through here what something costs. Okay, first off is this caught my eye. I want you to check this out. This is an Elizabeth Hartman casserole enamel needle minder. Let me see what it says about it. Now, I love these enamel things. I like to collect pins and these, and I may not use these as needle minders, but I have a magnet board, and or the refrigerator for that matter, and I stick them on my refrigerator, even though that's not what they were meant for. Okay, so the Elizabeth Hartman's casserole enamel, and I'll put it back up to the, wait a minute, let me take it out of the plastic where you don't have that glare. I'm sure y'all would appreciate that, not have the glare. Okay, let me take it out. All right, and this is what it looks like up close and personal. And I have it upside down. Oh boy. Okay. This is a Sew Sampler exclusive. And if you were to buy it from the Sew Sampler, I mean from the Fat Quarter Shop, it would be $12. It says $11.98, and I just round up. So I think that's super cool. Then the next thing that come in this box is some Smets 5 quilting needles. These are chrome professional grade. And these cost $6.48. All right, next thing that's in here is 50 weight Superior Prima silver cotton thread. There's 1,200 yards on this, and the price is $13. Okay, now let's open. I'm gonna let's see here. Yeah. I'm gonna take all the stuff out of the box so I can get the box off the table. Okay, now let's open up this fabric line. According to this says it's called Scenery by Elizabeth Hartman. Let me open it. And let me see what it says about it, because also there's a price for this also. Where's the fabric? Oh, way up here. Okay. All right. These are fat. This is a fat eighth, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You get 12 fat eighths. This costs $35. And this is Sunset Whales Scenery Fat Eighth Bundle by Elizabeth Hartman. Okay, so I'm going to open it up so you can get a better look at it. And I'm going to turn another light on. See if that doesn't help. It'll either help or make things worse. Do y'all like seeing it this way with the light on? Or do you prefer it with the light off? Let me know. This is with the light off. Light on. Uh-oh. Maybe. Yeah. I love the needle minder. I got it from Donnell. It has a, oh, Rita says, I love the needle minder I got from Donnell. It has a dragon on. Oh, that's really cool. Cynthia says, that's pretty. I need a needle minder. I like using straight pins and would love the convenience of it. And let me see if anyone else said anything before we continue on. That's worse with the light on. Okay. All right. Okay. Did I miss anything? No. All right. Okay. So this is the first one. I will have to go online and look up the name of each one of these colors. And then we have, so these are like little flowers. Then we have this yellow. Yeah, they're saying off. Okay. This is the yellow. There is terrible bright light with it on. Okay, gotcha. It's off. Or it was off. Sorry. And then we have this dark blue. This I don't know that this is actually navy. It could be, but anyway, it's just, let me put it up so you can see there are these. And that camera is trying to bleach that out. That's the style of flowers on them. Okay, and then we got a green, same style of fabric. Let's see, this one is saying, because this just says scenery, it's not, it's given a stock number. So this is a green. And then we have a different color green. Can you see the difference? This is a lighter green, and also the print on it's different. Thank you for turning it off, says Rita. It is still on, Katy. Creates a super, yeah, I just turned it off. Okay, the next one, I would say this is like a taupe color. And here's the design on it. So this can be used like a blender with all this other color. Then we have a different color yellow, and this one has this print on it. It's really nice fabric. And then there's this teal color with the same type of star print on it. This is really not, these are really nice colors. Then we have this blue with another type of flower design on it. All right. And then we have another yellow, a different color, like a mustard. And I'm not sure. Oh, here, I'll put it up close where you can see the design on it. There you go. And the camera does not like this. Yep. Okay. So we got 2 more to go. Okay. Then we have this pink which is like in your face pink. And it has that same box design on it. And then we have, it's not exactly salmon. I'm not sure what color you'd call this, but it also has stars on it. It looks like a sherbet, like an orange sherbet color. So these are all of the Fat Eights that came in this package. And as you can see, it's really pretty. And I will go look up all the color SKU numbers for these colors and put them in the description box, so that if you want to go buy some of these, you can, because I'm sure that she won't be out of this fabric. It's not like the Liberty stuff where it just sells faster than you can get to it. But yep, that's all of the colors. Pretty colors, huh? Very nice. All right, now let's talk about the patterns. And that fabric, like I said, is worth 35 bucks. All right, let me set this aside. Okay. And I don't want to lose this. Okay, so first things, let's talk about the sew along pattern. This one's called Sunset Whales. This is by Elizabeth Hartman. If you bought it, it is $12. And it is quite a little booklet here, as you can see, but it will make a 42.5 by 42.5 inch mini quilt. You need 1 5/8 yard of background sashing and border. You need a fat A for a accent, and you need a 1/2 yard for binding. And I can't show you all the measurements, but I can tell you, I was thinking about doing this on the live until, let me see, I went to this page and saw the, yeah, until I saw all these pieces. And I'm like, that will take me all day to cut. So I think I'm going to sew this pattern. I just need to go through my my fabric stash and see if I have I think I might have a really pale color right here, like an aqua or something. This would be super cute to hang on the wall. I mean, I live in a country where Wales is part of the indigenous culture. So this would be fun to make these. And I love that they've got sunsets in here. So I was showing you the box tonight, so that was why I knew I would not have enough time to cut all the pieces, because there's quite a bit of cutting that goes into it. And like I said, I still got to go through my stash and find an accent color, a background, and also I probably won't figure out what I want for the binding until I've already done this. And we'll do this on a sew along, or on a live, or maybe I'll do it on next week on Thursday. I'll have everything pre-cut and we'll sew it, because I think it would be fun, because I have never done an Elizabeth Hartman pattern and I'm not real big on her patterns. Well, if she would put that pony that's in her book as a pattern all by herself, I would buy the pony and make the pony, because the pony's super cute. But anyway, let's make this next week and see how it turns out. And yeah, okay. All right, the next one is, this is from their vault, and like I said, this one is from November of 2019, which I actually have this already because I had a subscription back in 2019. I canceled it in 2020 and went 6 years without buying anything except for Liberty boxes and Christmas boxes, and every so often I would buy Valentine's one. I didn't buy the Valentine's this year or last, yeah, this year I didn't buy the Valentine's one, and I did not buy Christmas from last year because things fell through the cracks with me being busy. Okay, so this will probably go into my giveaway because I already have one, and so someone is going to end up with that one. And the last thing is this is the spooled quilt along. Every Sew Simpler box for an entire year gets 12 blocks, and these look like they're going to be 9.5 by 9.5. This is called the Red Velvet Cake block, and I can't show you the measurements or anything, but you can see what the block looks like. And this is part of the subscription box, so this is block number 3. And I am going to make time and go through my fabric stash, and probably do something with cotton and not batiks with these blocks, because I wouldn't mind sewing these blocks. Okay, so that concludes the sew sampler box. What do y'all think about that? Did y'all like what you saw? Let me know in the chat. Is everybody there? I see no chatting going on. Is everybody okay? Because y'all been very quiet over the last 2 or 3 of my lives. All right. Now here's what I was gonna tonight. I'm probably going to continue working on this clue 1 from this cotton cut. Oh, that's not the box. Hold on, gotta find it. Anyway, I'm gonna work on that clue 1 I was working on the other day from this random box I bought. But I wanted to tell y'all a couple things. I think for when I come back from Nuke, I'm gonna pick probably 2 Saturdays a month. I haven't made a decision on whether I'm going to start a new channel sew along yet, to finish off 2026. I will figure that out soon. I've been thinking about that book I got in one of the sew sampler boxes and doing blocks, but that would require people to buy the book, and I don't know how open people are on buying another book to do a sew along with me. Some were very eager and joined me for the 1,000 block book, which I brought out here because I'm going to talk about that book in a minute. But what I am going to do is maybe twice a month, I'm going to pull out. I have several, what you would say 50% finished PMQs. I have several that are 50% finished. And so I want to show you this one. This one looks a lot like the one I just had quilted as far as the type of fabric. This is Jason Yinter fabric. And I'll show you where I am on it. I have like the center done. Can you help me with this? Oh, you have his shirt on. You don't, if you don't mind. And I'm going to hold it up so you can see it, because this is how far along I am with this one. And I feel like I want to finish this one. This one is from the 2019 Cosmos. And I think this one is where is it? Yeah, where is my sheet for it? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I'll have to look up the name of that one. And the color card. But this one, come this way just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And hold it up higher. Yeah. Anyway, that's how far I am with it. So I don't have a lot left to do, just the outer perimeter, and it'll be finished. And what you see up here underneath the other camera is what's left to put on here. There's also some more pieces that go on the outside along with border, and this is binding right here. So yeah, so this is what I thought I would finish up and have it ready for quilting. Okay, we're done.
Hi everyone.
So this will be the one I'll be working on over the next month. I'll probably do some sewing off camera, some sewing on camera. I just realized my color card is not in here, but I'm pretty sure I know where it is, because I keep color cards in a separate place so they don't disappear. And we can put it back in that. So that's what we'll be working on. And here, I'll hold it back. Oh, it's not quite. We'll refold it later. But Yeah, let me, as you can see that this is really pretty fabric. I mean, Jason Enter makes it look like batiks. It's not batiks. Just so you guys know, this is not batiks. It just looks batikish. Just like that other one, the one I just had quilted. The Nirvana. It's raining.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to complain about rain. We need the rain. But you can see it's really nice. You know, a lot of people complain that I remember way back then there was some complaints that the purple was too close together right here. But when you see the layout of the quilt, you can actually see the separation of color once you get it all sewn into the blocks. So anyway, that's what this looks like. And this is the finished, what the finished quilt looks like.
Down.
And as most, those of you that are familiar with the PMQs, the puzzle mystery quilts, every quilt, they're all the same, of course, but the thing is they're not the same because if every colorway makes it look different. So one color may make it look really cool, and another it may be more relaxed and it blends right in. So that's my plan when I come back from Nuke, is to start finishing this. And there's one more I bought during 2019. This is fall, I believe. This is the fall one. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, fall. It's a mystery fall 2019. I signed up for 2 colorways. And the other one, I have about, I think I have the center done, but it's smaller. I haven't gotten the outer perimeter finished. And y'all will love the colorway of that one. I'm going to give it to one of my grands because it's really cute. And so we'll, you know, when I get this one finished, then we'll move on to the next one. And then we'll just keep going once a month. These ones that have about 60 to 70% of it done will get done first. And we'll see how many I get done by the end of the year. When I have at least, and when I've already been talking it over with Connie from Denmark. I have to replenish my little budget a little bit. And I intend on sending her 2 quilt tops, probably starting in September. I'll start sending her like 2 in September and 2 in October, maybe 2 in November, but then I probably won't send anything in December due to holiday stuff because Christmas will be approaching and, you know, families do things together, and I don't want to, I don't know what kind of, what she does with her shop and everything during, you know, the Christmas holidays. Because right now they're doing, she just flew to, which I'll remind you guys about. She just her and her family went to Sweden for vacation. And I'm going to be doing a pre-record with her. I'm interviewing her, and we're going to talk about her journey into quilting, her shop. We're going to talk, I have 11 quilt tops to show you guys, or not quilt tops. I think all of them are finished but one. That's what she told me. All of them are finished. Y'all are going to see some beautiful Judy Niemeyer quilts that she did using batiks. They are so gorgeous. Oh my God. The other day I showed y'all 4 sewing machines. That was from her shop. So we'll be putting that in with us. She can tell us a story about each one of those. Okay. Now, the next thing. Let me see what's being said in the chat. Cindy says, pretty, very pretty quilt. Love the colors. And Judy says, hi to Nico. Brenda says, very pretty. Joelsen says, so pretty. Good afternoon. Hey, Linda, how are you? JM says that the air quality is so bad here because of the wildfires in Canada. I stay in the house. And Geraldine says, I'm custom quilting a quilt for a local quilt shop sample. It's been very hot here and we have wildfires and smoke outside, very heavy. I'm glad I'm not where that's at. Judy's saying hi to Katy and friends. Okay, and I know I'm reading this backwards. What does shipping cost to send it to be quilted? I won't know until we do the first set. Shipping won't be near as bad to Denmark as it would be if I was doing it to the States. So we won't know until we do the first set. So I will keep that question on the back burner. And when we've done the first shipping of where I ship it to her and she ships back to me, because I intend upon paying it both ways. And we won't know until we test that theory. I will be putting it in a box. I've shipped stuff to the United States for way cheaper than it cost me to ship stuff from the United States to me. It's weird. We don't have, I don't know, we just don't have, it's expensive, but not expensive, if that makes sense. See my cool cup? I left my big cup in the car I rented. All right. Let's talk about one more thing and then I'll get to sewing. Okay. Y'all know, and I've mentioned it before, that I plan on doing 2 different challenges, maybe 3. It depends on if I can finish something I started. One of them is the Hoffman challenge, and the other one is the Modern Quilt Guild challenge for 2027. And with the Quilt Guild challenge for the modern quilt, you have to use these fabrics here. And these fabrics, hold on a second, I'll tell you who it is. My bad. Because I want to talk a little bit about it, because I can't make up my mind about a couple of things, and maybe y'all can help a little bit. We'll see. This is QuiltCon challenge for 2027. You have to have a lot of stuff done this year. Okay. So apparently QuiltCon does a challenge every year, which I wasn't aware of it until this past few months. Okay, so this one has to do with Wyndham Fabrics 2027 Hand Loom Challenge. It features speaker Steph Scardell, and I bet I'm not saying that right, has selected the fabric challenge palette for the new line of crossweave basics called Hand Loom. They love these beautiful crossweaves that gives you just a hint of a shimmer. These wovens shift with the light and are full of subtle textures and rich layered colors, and they look forward to seeing how we use this palette. Okay, so let me show you the colors so you can see it, and then I'll answer. If you have any questions, post them in the chat and give me a minute to answer them, okay? Because I'm sure someone's going to have a question. If not, then that's okay too. I'm not going to twist your arm. But I did tell y'all that I had planned on doing this, and I had ordered the fabrics that's for the challenge. So, where did you go? I had this chat. Ugh, I hate when I lose something. Okay, let's find you, because I'm all right. And these are the colors that I'm going to use for the these are the colors that are for the challenge for the QuiltCon one. Okay, now I'm having a hard time deciding on whether, so let me show you the colors first before I get sidetracked. So there's this orange. I'm gonna put it up here where you can actually see it. We have this orange. We have a sensitive keyboard. Okay. We have this, I'm not sure what color that is. It's like a red color, a really dark color, blue or teal. I'm not sure about that color either. And this paler color. And then there's this really nice orange. And then it came with white. These were a bundle. These were half-yard bundles. And then I bought extra of this blue and extra of the white because I plan on using the white as the background. Now, my question of the day is, this fabric feels different to me. I'm used to regular cotton and I'm used to batiks, but when you open it up and you're feeling it, it's I'm not sure how to explain it, and they're right, it does have like the sheen to it. If I had thought about doing paper piecing with it, but do you guys think this fabric is too thick to do paper piecing with it? What's your thoughts on this? Because I can either do paper piecing with this, or I can take this pattern I plan on doing from, and I cannot say the name of this, but this is Hand and Soul, and this is a monthly sew along. And these blocks can be made because I don't think I'm going to do the curves that are part of this, and they haven't assigned them yet. So this, hang on a second. So this one's called Bittersweet. This one's January. Yeah, let me put it up to camera where you can see it. So this is January. This is February. And then we have March. And these colors, I'm pretty sure if I chose to use the wovens for this, this would work. This one is March. This one is April. And this one's May. And this one's June. Where's July at? I'm missing a block. And there's this one. Yeah, I think I'm missing a block. This is one. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I didn't skip over one. This is 2, 3, 4. This is 5. I am missing a block, so it looks like I didn't print one of them because July's already came out. So I'm kind of debating on taking and using this for this pattern and take it as far as I can before I need to finish, you know, as big, because the size can be a certain size, a minimum size and a maximum size. And so this doesn't necessarily have to finish out at what it would finish out if I did all 12 blocks. Because there's at least 2 blocks, maybe 3 blocks that I don't think I'm going to do because of their curves. Are y'all still with me in the chat? Hello. Did I lose everybody? Okay. Anyway, thought I would ask y'all, would you like to see me do it using this pattern here and go as far as I can until I need to finish it? Or do you think this would be fun trying to test my skill by doing paper piecing? And if I do paper piecing, I am going to do it out of my 1,000 block book. Judy says yes, still here. And Catherine says yes. So use this for the Hand and Soul, or try using it as paper piecing. I just wonder if this is going to be bulky. That's what I'm concerned about, because it's very it's different. Hey Donna, how are you? Brenda says she's here. Okay, so what's your opinion? Do the sew along with this or try paper piecing with it? What's your pleasure here? Lynn says she's here, but she's watching from the TV, because I'll show you examples of some of the blocks I'm going to use to make this quilt with this challenge. I'm going to do this block here, Stars Upon Stars. That's paper piecing. I don't know how many blocks I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna do maybe, I don't know, 6 or 9. I don't know. It depends. but I really like a lot of these paper pieces, and I want to do this one, the Starflower, because I think it would be interesting to do. Because if I do the paper piecing for the Hoffman, I have more colors I can work with within the Hoffman. Judy says do the sew along. Sharon says paper piecing. Because with the Hoffman fabric, with the Hoffman challenge, I can use more colors. I bought the Hoffman challenge main colorway, but I'm allowed to add more colors within the batik challenge. And so I could take the batiks and do all these paper piecing with it and make it really fit within everything. Lynn says she would try the paper piecing. Judy says to sew along. See this one, this one would make a cool full quilt, and you could intermix the colors. Let me see here. There's chocolate and strawberries here. I would like to do that one again and make, because what if I do the paper piecing, then it'll all be, the one quilt will be all paper piecing, the other will be the sew along. Yeah, I like to sew along too, because I think these wovens would look really good with the sew along, and use the batiks for the paper piecing. You could try one block paper piecing and see how fabric works. Yeah, because the texture is very different. When I put my hand, even when I touch it, it's different. It's I can't remember what it kind of reminds me of. I probably have had, I bet I have made clothing out of something similar. I mean, I don't know if they made this kind of fabric way back when, but yeah. It's cotton, it's just woven, it's different. Hey, Sherry. She says, I've been to the chiropractor, so after 2 hours, I'm relaxing. Ooh, I always feel better when I leave the chiropractor. Okay, so anyway, I have to make a decision on which one to use do paper piecing with, and which one to do the sew along with. I think this would be lovely to sew along for sure. I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And hello, Dubrovka. It is good to see you in my channel. It has been a minute since I've seen you in a while. But anyway, that's what my plan is. I'll let y'all know when I make the final decision on it. Dubrovka says, hello, Katy. I made it in to say hi and give you a thumbs up. Thank you so much. All right, let's sew. I need to get my sew out. Yeah, it will help. I know if I saw it, every time I've ever seen a chiropractor, it makes me feel better. I wish I could see one on a regular basis, but there's no such thing here. Uh-oh, where's the things I was working on? I should have been. Don't tell me I've misplaced it. Oh, that's interesting. Well, dang, I have misplaced it. All right, that's okay. We'll do clue number 2, and I'll figure out where I laid them at. We're trying to move things off this sofa because we plan on doing a switcheroo. So let me get out clue 2. And on top of it, my stomach is giving me trouble tonight. Being weird. I don't know if it's because I'm hot or whatever it is. Let's do clue 2. I must have stuck it inside of something without thinking about it. All right. This is what we're going to make with glue to these squares. So much gardening and yard work, says Dubravka. Nice to have summer, but winters are easier. Lynn says, I love your tote. Where did you get it from? Oh, from Qaqortoq. And Sherry says, I love your hair, Katie. It's a cute cut. Oh, thank you. It does look better when you put layers in it. See, it's in layers. And all I did was have about 6, maybe 7 inches cut off the back of it. It feels better. It's just the front of my hair looks weird. It looks like I have a bad cut right here, but what it is because right here is white and up here is still that. All right. Yeah, I bought it from Qaqortoq. It's called this one's, so she has Kimberly sells this color, which is aqua. It's by Art Bend. So you might find it. I'm just suggesting this. I know that unless something's changed, I know that what's the name of that store? Hobby Lobby sells Art Bend. And I've seen these inside a Hobby Lobby, and they are a little bit cheaper than Qaqortoq. But I don't get the choice of ordering because Hobby Lobby doesn't sell anything online. So I've been buying these from Qaqortoq. So you have this aqua color, you have a pink color, and you have a clear color. You also have a greenish color. So there's like 4 different colors. Sherry says, find them at Michael's. Yeah, Michael's also sells Art Bend stuff, so you might find it there for a little bit less if you have a store close by. If you don't, then get them from Qaqortoq because they're cheaper than buying them, say, from a couple other quilt companies, because some quilt companies ask a little more money. Okay, so let's see what we're working with today. According to this, we have we have 4 squares, which is D, which is this one. Oh, we have some really big triangles right here. Some small, medium-sized triangles. And then we have smaller rectangles. And we have some bit longer rectangles. Okay, so this is A right here. Let me show you what they are. So this is A. And B I don't have a B in here. There should be a B. Anyway, this is B. And this is D. I don't have a D in this stuff either. Because I'm used, oops, this is D and B. So we only have 4 colors to work with today. Well, on this particular clue anyway, because there's actually 2, 4, 6 colors, plus the binding, which is the same color as fabric A. And, oh, awesome. Okay, we don't have a Michaels, says Lynn. Yeah, if you don't have a Michaels, but you have a Hobby Lobby, then go check it out there. If not, then buy it from Qaqortoq. It's not terribly bad. I mean, it's still less than 20 bucks. So there's that. I think right now it's gone up to $16 and something. When I first started buying them, they were 12, I think. But inflation has really drove everything up. All right, let's go to sewing. So as you can see, it shows you what we plan on making. And we'll turn this over and we're going to start with section 2. And we're going to be making 4 of section 2. So we'll be making 4 of these. So let's get started. And I'm just going to set this on top of my keyboard. And we're going to start out with D. We need 4 of those. And we're going to need these short rectangles right here. Okay. Yeah, because I know I bought a couple from them too that I brought home or mailed them home. So what's everybody been working on this week? Let me know in the chat. I haven't had any, this is my first live of this week. I kind of been taking just doing other things in the house, and I think do you think I'm pretty much over jet lag now, or
I don't
still
know.
a little bit?
Just
I'm still having a hard time staying up later.
yeah. Your body's still in Denmark time.
Yeah, it still seems to be a bit on Denmark time because I'm falling asleep at midnight, which is very rare for me, huh, honey?
Yeah.
Which is 3 a.m. Denmark time. So there's this like double-edged sword going on right now. It's like, damn it, man. That's why you haven't seen me and Williams live, because I fall asleep. I'm gonna try to stay awake for Saturday's live. I hope. It depends on what time I go to bed Friday night, huh, honey?
If not, let me know. I'll poke her with a needle.
My husband's hilarious.
You want me to show them what kind of needle I'm thinking of?
You mean they've seen those.
I know.
Do you even know where they're at? Because I know where they're at. A little table banner and some, wait. Sherry says a little table banner and some half-inch hexagon shapes. Hey, what are we doing Sunday, by the way? Yeah, they've seen those big old needles that you.
Yeah, I have a needle right here. I can poke her with it, or I can use these.
Those would hurt if you jam somebody.
Poke, poke.
If you
Poke,
jam
poke.
somebody hard enough with them.
Poke, poke.
Dubrovka says, hi, Nikolai.
Hi, Dubrovka.
Sherry says, I want to come on with you Saturday night. Okay, I'll send you a link. Anyone else want to join me on Saturday night? It seems like I'm having a hard time getting anyone to come onto my live. It's like I disappear for 2 weeks and suddenly I don't have anyone to sew with. Last Saturday was really weird. Teresa, I think Teresa might be on vacation, but I haven't seen or heard from her. Baby, I am hot.
Door's open.
I know, but it's like freaking. It's hot in this house. Gee, I wonder why.
Well, it's 20 degrees outside.
Yeah, that's why it's hot in here.
And it's raining too.
Still working on fusible. Love them, Nico says. Sherry, talking about your needles. And Dre says knitting needles size 15 will work. Yeah, they're pretty big. Yeah, I'll make sure you get a link, Sherry, for Saturday. Anyone want to come on? Well, I've sent Shonda. I think I did. I hope I did, because tomorrow is Socialites block 17 and 18, because now we're behind. Sherry, is the thinner fusible easier to work with, do you think? The double-sided one anyway? Because I have the thinner, and because the one that's thicker seems, I don't know, weird to me. Got to be careful. I'm going to sew two on here. So what I'm doing is I'm sewing one side on first, and I'm chain piecing. Anyone that doesn't know what chain piecing is, it's where you sew these pieces back to back to try to save on time, instead of taking it off and starting another one. Is it out of date? Seriously?
Yeah.
Dang. I don't know how you can drink that like that. You are weird, my love.
Iron belly.
It's not just about your iron belly. It's the fact that you can drink buttermilk like that. I've never seen anyone drink it where they drink it like they drink milk.
Well, I can finish it whole milk like that for within an
Are you
hour.
craving milk?
You got the whole milk in there that will go out of date in September.
Well, you can help yourself to the whole milk. I don't remember what I bought it for, but the one that's out of date now, I don't know what you want to do about that one. You plan on drinking it?
Not yet. But I'm going to finish that.
Okay, we're missing a rectangle. Oh, no, we're not. It's right here. How's the weather now, Katie? It's been hot in Ontario. It is 61 degrees here today. And now it's raining. So the inside of our house feels like a sauna. And I can't open all the windows. Well, now that it's raining, maybe. Because the mosquitoes will be hiding. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut these apart. Can't sew like that. Hold on a minute, you guys. I need to dislodge these from each other. And if I seem out of sorts, it's because I feel like I don't have my rhythm back yet. You know, when you're having a YouTube channel and you're sewing too, you know, I have everything. I try to plan everything out so I know each time I'm gonna do something, and I'm back to like, okay, we have no project to continue sewing on because we finished it before I left. So now what do we do? So I gotta figure out what I want to do for a channel sew along. Now we finished the other one. The only thing I got left to do with that one, and I'm going to do it on a live, is bind it. I just need to cut the fabric for the binding and make a quilt label and sew it on there before I do the binding. Let me see. Sherry says, Katie, you must be asking the wrong people to come on. I might be able to come on Saturday night. Okay, I'll add you to the list. Yeah, because I sent a couple of emails out and didn't get an answer. Sherry says, yes, it's what you prefer. Lightweight gives fabric more flexibility. Okay. And then, do you have air conditioning? No. The stores are just finally doing something about their problem with not being able to keep the store cool. The grocery store Pacific has started putting in a heat vac system or HVAC system. I don't know when Bruceson plans on doing it, but I bet it's going to be soon because Greenland is staying warmer than it used to be. And you can't have food going bad because it's too hot in the store. Now I know what those long rectangles are for. Lynn says, I finished quilting my first quilt on the long arm. Hubby and I stayed up till 4:30 a.m. to see it's complete. Oh, that's awesome. I would have loved to stay at Connie's place and watch her quilt all of my quilts. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to press these open with my fingers and the seam roller here, and I'm not going to use the iron yet. It looks like it went to sleep. I have discovered one thing about that little mini iron. It's been so long since I've used a corded iron that I realized that this iron, when we get moved back into the craft room next year, one of the things I got to make sure is to put the ironing station on the right hand side of my desk so that the cord will be on the outside. Bringing it in here and doing it across is kind of annoying. Let's see, do I need to have these seams pressed open? Doesn't really say. Maybe I will because we're gonna, well, not until the triangles anyway. Well, okay, Katie, which PMQ are you working on? This is not a PMQ. This is one of the things that Kim was selling on one of her lives, and it's from a retreat that she had in Colorado, and so she must have had a couple of these kits left over, and I bought one of them. I am doing PMQs though. I'm doing the current one, which is oh my god, I forgot what the name of it's called. Dre said he woke up to the worst air on the planet. Looked upable fires up in Canada are that. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. And then Sherry says, yeah, I heard the air quality was very bad in a lot of states. Yep. Y'all might not know this, but I'll fill you in on something. Did you know that fires from North America end up with ash over here in Greenland? The ice cap, has over the hundreds, thousands of years, it has snowfall every year that compact down on it. And there's lines in the ice that are black, and that's soot from forest fires and from volcanoes. We have seen ash here. Babe, was that 2 winters ago when there was ash on the ground with the snow?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was 2 winters ago. We were getting snow, the big kind, the big flakes, and when you walked outside, there was black soot all over the ground, and it was coming from a fire from somewhere, because it didn't look like volcanic ash. It looked like ash from a forest fire. It was very unnerving to see that, because that's the first time I've ever seen that here, where I was actually present to witness it. Yep. Dre says, yep, they got Iceland's volcanic ash. Exactly. It travels along in the upper atmosphere and causes trouble elsewhere. Hey, Mona. She says, howdy, Katie. Say hi. Just finished driving in the flooding rain waters, sitting in my car waiting to continue to my appointment in 30 minutes. Oh, be careful out there. I'm going to turn the light on because I'm having trouble seeing. I need this for this dark fabric. So be prepared for the glare, Rita. Everybody's telling Mona to stay safe, turn around, and don't drown. Once it goes high enough, it travels big time. Yes, it does. Cynthia says hi to Dubravka. And hey, Udira, how are ya? I think that's a pretty name. Okay, let's get all of these on one side. We might get all these done before long because these are really simple blocks. Let's see what time it is. We've been live an hour so far. Mona 2.0 says, hi, Cynthia, and thank you. Yes, it's like flooding, storm passing at the moment. Cynthia says, hi to Cindy. I used paper. I have not used fabric on a card. And y'all reminded me of something. It looks like I need to find my stuff. Let's see. I have not used fabric on a card. Yeah, I would like to make some quilty cards and mail them out like postcards. Only I think I would stick them in an envelope so that they wouldn't get all dirty. What, honey?
Talking about postcards,
Yeah.
remember 2 years ago? Or was it 3 years ago?
You mean the postcard I got?
No, we give a certain person a big postcard.
Oh, you're talking about Becca.
Yeah.
That was not a postcard.
It's a big postcard.
That was a big ass painting, sort of. That was a polar bear painting. Or print, whatever you want to call it.
Hey.
Taste mamopo.
Yep.
So if I wanted to say a suit mamopo, is that wrong?
Nope.
It tastes very good. We should have some haircuts. Can't find them?
Yep, found them.
Okay. Are we getting low?
Yeah. Why? I found more blueberries.
Oh, okay, good, because you know who needs blueberries.
I found 2 more blueberries.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you guys about Nora. How many of you want to know where she is body weight wise? Say yes, you want to know, or no, you don't want to know. Because remember, I told you I was working on Luke getting a little weight off of her little homey self for a couple reasons. One was so she could fly, and the other was because she's a standard Dachshund and she's got that long spine, and she's getting up in age now. She's going to be 8 in December. So I've been really thinking about maybe we should get a little bit of that weight off of her. She's not been a willing participant, I can tell you that.
You want me to try the spaghetti? Because we have.
You don't have any more butterflies left?
I have.
No. Put rice in there.
I tried, but we don't have it.
Yes, we do, right there. Or you can take a handful of the
These are the bags.
I know, but that box of other rice. It's right there in front of the TV, ain't it? The rice that we bought at Bruce's. You can use a little bit of that.
Yeah, I could do that. Okay. You want me to,
No, there's just not that rice. You said you didn't want to use that. What's this? Use a little bit of that. Just a handful.
All right.
A couple handfuls. Okay. Yes. Okay. So when last we talked about her weight, we said when she started out, she was at 12 kilos, right, honey?
Yeah.
She is down to 10. So when I went to look up the suggested weight for a female standard Dachshund at 7.5 years old, they're saying she can be between 9 to 10 kilos, but it also gave a description of what she should look like. You should be able to feel the ribs through the fat layer. And also you can see that she's got a curve that's in front of her hips that go along that meet into the rib cage. She's got both. You definitely can see the curve now. And the other thing is there should be some curvature to where the ribs, underneath, when the belly part comes up to the hips, there should be a little bit of a curve there too.
Have to edit the rice.
Yum. So, she's definitely, we got 2 kilos off of her, which is about almost 5 pounds. And you can tell a difference just in her face. It's pretty amazing. Lynn says, oh shoot, I posted an up close video on my channel of the quilting. I should have backed away to show the automation at work, although it was touch and go. Hey, it'll be fine. We'll all love it nonetheless. If you're a channel creator, please share your channel in the chat by either typing exclamation selfie, or like with Sherry, she's in the bot. She can type exclamation Sherry. If you're in the bot, just use your name, except for Andrea. Andrea has to put Mama J in. She seems more lively, even though she's still griping about food. But I figured out something. I changed things up a little bit when I came home. In the morning when we get up, I've been giving her 5 blueberries, 5 or 6 haricots, along with 1 egg and a tablespoon of cottage cheese. And then at nighttime, or at dinner hour, which is around 7-ish, I've been giving her protein during that time frame. And I've noticed that her attitude's been a lot better. She's not, well, as you can see, she's not over here driving me crazy right now. So giving her something in the morning seems to be helping out with this attitude that she's got about every time you walk into the kitchen, she wants you to feed her. But Dachshunds are really, that's a thing with a Dachshund. They love to eat. They have high prey drive for the most part, and that's why. 5 pounds is a lot for a dog, which is great, says Sherry. Yep. She looks good. I mean, she looks like she's almost the size she was when I brought her home, just about. The only thing I noticed is that chest area sticking way out, which she's got a big one. I spoke too soon. I think your daddy already fed you. Yeah, you got fish. Didn't you give her fish? It's going to be interesting to see how she does with just her daddy and me being gone, because usually I never go anywhere, except when we both took off this last time. Lynn says, no, I don't go live, but I'll get better at posting video clips. You can still share your channel. So type exclamation selfie if you're putting up videos on your channel. I don't mind y'all sharing those. And I need to make sure I go watch your videos, Lynn.
All right.
Do you need to go outside? You need to go shoo-shoo?
I think she wants to do a shoo-shoo.
I'm not sure. I don't know. It's raining. She thinks she's going to melt. Although the other day she sure let you know she did have to go.
Get it out.
She had a shower. She took a shower with us today. That was interesting because after we got her mostly dried off, she had the zoomies inside the house. She was running like a maniac all over the house. Hey, Kelly, what's up? Yep, you're welcome to share your channel if you're a channel creator. I have no problem with you doing that. Not at all. These are going to be very big blocks. Where's the small ones going? Attach. Uh-oh. Why do we have these? What are these for? Because it only says there's supposed to be 16 of these big ones. So why do we have these?
I have no idea.
One. There better be 16 here or I'm in trouble because there's no oops kit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. One, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, we're in. Oh, wait. You see that? They were folded in half. That's why. Okay. My goodness. I was about to have a heart attack. Sometimes they get, hey, Sean, I have some, did you, in my So Sampler box I opened at the beginning of the live, guess what pattern was in that? Not the name of the pattern, but who the pattern designer was, because she's right up your alley. Kelly says, I am glad you have enough triangles. Hi, Sean. Yeah, I was about to have a heart attack there for a minute. That's why I was recounting them. All right, let's get the other rectangle on and we'll be ready to start putting these triangles on. Yes, it's a whale pattern for Elizabeth Hartman. So I plan on making it, and then I'm gonna send you the pattern so you can make it since you like her pattern so much. I was seeing if I could share someone else's channel here. You should be able to because you're a moderator, Sherry. I'll show it to you in just a minute, Sean, so you can see what it looks like. It's super cute, but it's a small one. If you want to make it bigger, you would have to modify the pattern. But here it is.
I think that was the last time.
That was the last one. Well, we're getting near the end of the month anyway. I'm gonna have, well, maybe I got paid. If I got paid, I can go buy some. And Sean says, oh, fun. I think I've seen that somewhere. You probably have, because I saw someone had made it already. The only reason I didn't try to make it tonight is because there's a bunch of cutting involved, and I need to find a background fabric in my stash along with accent fabric. It came with 12 fat ace, but you still need an accent and a background. Sherry's, wait, what did I miss? Sherry, okay. Take, are you on your phone or are you on your computer? Let me know, Sherry. Try that with an E in between. Yeah, I think that, hang on a minute, Sean. I think I spelled her name different on the bot. Okay, if you're on your laptop or your computer, whatever you're using, there's 3 dots next to Lynn's name. Let me go find her. Where are you, Lynn? I know you're up here somewhere. There's 3 dots, and if you click on the dots with your mouse, with your cursor, you'll see something that says go to channel. Now, it won't take you out of my live. It'll bring up a new screen. Click on go to channel, and then all you have to do is go up there and copy her YouTube channel web address from the address bar, and then paste it into the lot. But she can also type exclamation selfie to share her channel.
It has haircuts and
I don't know what it is about the haircuts and the spinach together, but it always changes the taste a little bit and makes it even better. Something about it gives that additional taste to that soup. Oh, you're on the phone. Now, I don't know how to do it on the phone because I don't use my phone for my lives. But Lynn can share her own channel by typing exclamation selfie. because she's not in the bot right now. There you go, Lynn. There you go, Lynn. Lynn just did it. So whenever you come to my lives, if you have a channel that you're doing things on, that's how you share it if you're not in the bot. The ones that are in the bot are the ones that are in the bot where we're just typing someone's name with an exclamation. They're in the bot because I've interviewed them. We've done a pre-recorded podcast interview, and then I stick the person in the bot. So if you have, that's why Lynn's not in the bot, because I haven't interviewed her. Yep, it's a good way to practice. And Kelly spells with an E between the L and the Y. And so that's why yours didn't work, Sean. You wouldn't know that unless I hadn't, it's because I think Kelly actually spells her name with the EY. I had to use Mama J for Andrea because I already have someone in my bot called Andrea. So, yeah. And with Mona 2.0, she has to put in rip it, exclamation rip it to share her channel because I already have a Mona in the bot. Hi, Sean. Katy had a question for you earlier. Did she ask you yet? Yeah, I already asked him. I told him about the Elizabeth Hartman thing. Oh, speaking of, yeah, Sean says it should be exclamation Mona 2.0. Ha ha. That's true. And I could change it to that. Sherry says my mom's maiden name is Kelly. All right. I got this next part on. Now I'm going to bring over the little mini iron and press these seams so that they lay down flat. And I also need to get this crease out of this triangles a little bit because I need to be able to center these properly. Because we're about to put the triangles on and we'll have this done for number 2. And then I'll figure out what the heck I did with number 1. I bet I stuck it in something it shouldn't have been stuck in. Okay. I need to move a little bit of stuff.
What you do?
So I'm getting these pressed.
Good stuff.
Thank you, honey. You gonna eat?
Yep. I'll eat when you.
You'll eat when I eat? Okay. Yeah, because we're having dinner late tonight. Boy, do I have lots of watch hour catching up to do with everybody. Because I watched, let's see, when I was in Fano, I managed to get quite a bit done. But then when we went to Beeling, it was downhill from there. I didn't get hardly any watching done. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I left my laptop running in Beeloon, but I did leave it running a little bit at his dad's house, but not the whole time. So I still got some catching up to do. Uh-oh. I just said a word. I don't think he heard it. Good. All right. Let's start working with these triangles. The smell of the teeps. These ones have a bit of a smell. Not a bad smell. All right. Okay, so first thing I'll do that I do when I'm putting triangles on squares. Let me see here. Kelly says, thank you, Sherry. I have to make a couple of travel bags for the cruise clients. Then I have to make my other videos for Basics 101 and the Quilters Challenge. Hey, what's the Quilters Challenge? Let me know. And then Sherry says, can't wait to see them, Kelly. And Dubrovka says, do people in Greenland barbecue? Yep, some of them do. Kelly says, both are in August, Sherry. I have a little bit of time to get my butt in gear. And then Lynn says, I need to get my bumper back to my crafting room to cut my butt's what she meant. Cut binding strips and not sure if I'll sew them to end or at 90 degrees. And then Kelly says, hi, Dubrovka. She says, Lynn, either way works for binding. Yep. I prefer doing it at angles so you have less bulk, but you know, it doesn't have to be that way if you don't want to do it that way. So what I do is I find, because I'm going to be sewing triangles on two sides to start with, I put me a little crease by making sure I find the center here. And then I'm going to take one of these triangles. So I'm going to show you what I do. You do not have to do this extra step if you don't want to. I take it and I don't, one thing you need to make sure of is don't be pulling on that bias. Just take it and line it up and then take your finger, and batiks are really easy for creasing, and put that crease in the center there. Then I take that crease and I line it up with the center crease I put on this square, and I put a pin in, and then I finish pinning it on here, and I'll do it on both sides that way. That way I get the correct alignment for the most part, maybe. Imaka. Let me make sure I have it lined up right. Yep. Then go ahead and pin. Batiks are so easy to work with. I only use like sometimes with these big pieces, you only need like 3 pins because once you start it, it's not going anywhere. And then I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing on the other side. I already have the crease right here. So let's take this next piece and we're going to put a crease in it. Now, if this was cotton, you would be putting it face to face of each other. With batiks, it's up to you how you do it. As long as you get it lined, you know, because there really isn't a flat back side. Now, sometimes you can tell one side's shinier than the other. And if you want to do that, you know, sit there and look at it long enough and figure it out, you might. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and take care of all 4 of these so I can chain sew. So it's going to take me a couple minutes to do that. Dubrovka says, hi, Kelly. I subscribe to your channel. Thank you for doing that, Dubrovka. Katie, the quilt challenge is 7 of us challenging each other. My turn is in May. Okay, gotcha. Thumbs up for Katie, please, says Sherry. Thank you, Sherry. Yes, please do hit that thumbs up button. I hope y'all aren't bored. I know I don't seem like my usual lively self. Nikolai thinks I'm still a bit jet lagged. Wait a minute. And I probably am because I've been getting tired earlier in the night. Plus, I'm also doing something that's affecting my energy levels right now. And I'm waiting on my body to decide to adapt to the new change. Something that I'm doing with the doctor. I'm hoping that when we get done with all the blood work and we get all the numbers back, I'm hoping that they'll be able to tell me about my cortisol and inflammation levels, because I bet you anything they are through the roof. And that would explain why I have high levels of pain during certain times. Because inflammation is what makes you ouchy. Hop on over to visit Rita at, oh, that's the bot telling us. Yeah, y'all, make sure you go visit Rita. Cynthia says, I'm not bored, but I need to leave for a bit. I'll be back if you're still on when I return. Okay. I need to call Thomas and find out if Blaze got his, if they, oh my gosh, I keep forgetting to call. You know, Blaze had his birthday on Monday. He is now a decade old. I think it's too cute the way he talks about that. And we got to talk about that poll that I posted too. I'm pretty sure that most people know what the definition of that is. Okay, crease in. Now let's get this one. All right, I need to ask y'all questions so I can get y'all talking. Let me see here. What can I ask you guys? Let me see. Not sure what I want to ask. Let me see. What do I want to ask? How many of you guys are, well, how many of you have either A, started a new project for July, or B, you're working on something currently, or has any of you, are any of you doing any Christmas stuff in the month of July? I think that would be an interesting question. If you are making something Christmassy, what is it? Sherry says A and B. I know one thing, I have lots of catching up to do on Alice's Wonderland, which is kind of freaking me out a little bit, especially since I've missed all of the stuff concerning appliquing and curve sewing. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the curve sewing because I'm not knowledgeable on that. Kelly says, Katie, I will send you an email about it. I know you're super busy. Oh, Dubrovka says, what kind of, uh-oh, I missed some stuff up there. Hang on, let me backtrack. No one's seen Denise today? She's usually in here. Let's see. Nikolai's making chicken soup today. There's no pork in this one today. And it has pasta. He's using he used chicken thighs. He's using bow tie pasta, a little bit of rice. So it's a little bit of bow tie pasta and a little bit of rice. This does not look right. And also haricots and spinach. So it makes the soup taste really yummy. This is something wrong here. And then Sherry's note, just chit-chatting. Kelly says, Katie, I will send you an email about it. I know you are super. Yeah, send me an email. I will answer it. Lynn says, never mind, not a new project, but I have several on the go. Nothing for Christmas going though, outside of them being gifts. Okay. And Sherry says, just do a reply and I'm here if you have questions. And then Kelly says, I've been working on a cross stitch project for Christmas in July. It is a monochrome ornament, sorry. And then Rhonda says, bye, y'all. Remember to give Katie a thumbs up before you sign off. Thank you for that, Rhonda, and thank you for dropping in to watch. If you haven't participated in the poll, make sure you share your voice on the poll, because I'm going to do that answer to that in a couple of minutes after I get this. Have one. I think this is the last one I got a pin. What's one? Yeah. And then I'll sew them after I give you the answer to the poll. All right, we got this last piece pinned, and I need to cut off a tail. Okay, so now we got these 4 ready for sewing the half triangles on, and then we'll end up doing the other half, the other set of them here afterwards. Let me take care of this pole. Sherry says, I can't even pronounce the word. What does hedonistic mean? Does it mean it's A, sad, B, quiet, C, pleasure seeking, or does it, look what I'm got a typo there. It's supposed to say angry. Oh my gosh. I crack myself up sometime. Okay, so there's been 39 votes. 15% voted for A, 5% voted for B, a whopping 77% voted for C, and D got 3%. And the answer is hedonistic means pleasure seeking. So 77% of you got that poll right. Kelly says, gotta go. Hubby needs my help with something. Okay. And Lynn says, oh, earlier I meant sewing the strips at a 45-degree angle, not a 90-degree. My mind went, what? None of us corrected you. Hey, Mona, what's up? All right, let's get to chain sewing these. Very big blocks. Hey, babe, you could put a little bit of that soup in a bowl so I could show it to them with all the little things in it, so they can see what it looks like when you're finished with it.
Have a sip.
Oh my God, that's so good. Oh my God. You know what would go good with that? You know what would go good with that?
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know what bread I'm talking about? That we got in the freezer?
So you want me to show that to them?
Yeah, put some in a bowl so we can show it to them, a white bowl so they can see everything. Or a bowl that shows off everything.
That one?
No, you know the little fat ones that are in with the plates?
Yes.
With the plates. The La Creuset in the corner cabinet, There's 2 small bowls in there. There's a red one and a yellow one, I think. Did you find them?
These.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't remember who it was that was asking about the soup, but one of them did. I have to go back and look, but if you're still in here, you get to see what it looks like.
There you go, my love.
Who's hungry?
I know you are.
See, these are haricots, which looks like green beans, chicken, bow tie pasta, a little bit of, what's the name of that rice again, honey? Damn it. It's not regular white rice. It's, can't think of the name of it at the moment. Anyway, there's the soup. Yummy. Hey, Denise, I was wondering where you were at. Usually you're in here. She says, hi, Katie, Nico, Nora, 2 kilo lighter, and everyone's in the chat. Oh, you've been watching the whole time. I was wondering where you were at because usually you're in here talking. All right, now what I'm going to do is go ahead and sew this other side on and do it the same way I just did this, chain sew. And I need to cut the rest of these apart. What do I do with my scissors? And Lynn says, yum, yum, made my mouth water. He makes the best soup. I'm not, I've never been much of a soup eating girl, but I'll eat that. All right, let's get this next one done. More to go. Hey, Andy, I've been thinking about you, wondering how you're doing. I know you haven't seen me on your lives this week at all. past week, no, since I got home. That's because Katie's jet lagged and been falling to sleep right around the same time you just happened to be going live. My brain apparently is still on Denmark time, which really sucks. All right, I got 2 sides of these done. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a couple bites of my soup right here in front of you. Then we're gonna continue on with this because I need to press these open. And I'm gonna use a little iron to help out with that. Katie, the pole word is a long E, hedonistic. What did I do? Say hedonistic? I don't know. I don't remember what I said. Really, honey? Are you trying to distract me?
Yeah.
She says, bad last 4 days, but I'm still kicking. I hope you're feeling better.
I would assume.
Mm. Mm. Mama, hey, a suit momopo. And for those of you who wonder what I just said, I told him it tastes very good in Greenlandic. Is there anything we can do, Andy? I'm just taking a couple bites, y'all, and then I'll get back to sewing. I'm a little bit hungry. Yeah, because it's
Time to dance.
you
Well-
said you needed to. Uh-oh. Someone just said a word in the channel,
Oh boy.
and it was because you didn't hear me say it earlier. So she repeated what I said. Denise is Denise is hilarious. She heard it because I made a comment. Oh boy. Brought to you by Heinz Ketchup.
Pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's sitting down here begging. Mona says ketchup soup. Sounds good, says Dre. Mm-hmm. Liz says, Nico, bring out the bottle. No, gosh, there's never a dull moment around here.
Careful what you wish for, ladies.
See, my husband, the comedian. Honey, you're so funny.
Well, they asked for it.
I know they did. Probably gonna press these seams open since they're gonna be 4 or double. Yeah, y'all know what I mean. It's gonna be thick right there. Right now I'm just setting the seam. Okay, now we're gonna start opening these. Some soup for Nora too. She doesn't eat cooked food. All her food is uncooked that we feed her. And pasta is not one of the things we even give her. So, yeah. But she had raw mackerel earlier, along with some bones from lamb and chicken that were raw. And earlier today, she had blueberries, a raw egg, a whole egg that she cracked herself, and haricots, and a little bit of cottage cheese. Oh, I wanted to press these seams open. It's good. Hi, Lainey. How you doing? Good evening, everyone. Glad to see you home from the food bank. Glad to see you. Did you have a good day at the food bank today, Lainey? It's always nice to see people who help out there. Bet you've been busy. Okay, let's get the next set done. I know this is the boring part. Oh, goodness. Because I have to take time out to do this. Because we're dealing with multiple seams at once. Lynn says, I think I joined your channel when you have, I think I joined your channel, Katy. When you have time, can you check if I did it right? Are you talking about, oh, you became a member? Aw. Or are you talking about something else? Because if you become a member, it shows on the screen already. Thank you for becoming a member. How come I didn't see an announcement? The bot should have told me. I must have missed it somewhere. Thank you, thank you, thank you for becoming a member of my channel. I've been playing around a little bit with I know what y'all are going to say when I tell you. Has anyone noticed my newest thumbnails for the channel? Over the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks now, I've been messing around a little bit. How many of you like the new thumbnails? Do you like them okay? I mean, are they nice to look at? Do you like them? And Denise said, hello, keep up the good fight. Yes, indeedy. Yes, I did it right. My name is Green. Yep, you are now a channel member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So how many of you have noticed the new thumbnails? I'm still with the thumbnails, I'm still using my photographs, but I'm also doing other things with the photographs. I'm trying to make them, I don't know, more pleasing. So anyway, what I've been doing is I've been playing around with Chat GPT. And y'all have heard me make comments that I don't know how I feel about this AI stuff, and I still don't know how I feel about it. But I've been playing around with it a little bit, and I've been telling it what to do with my photographs. And then I'm combining them into a thumbnail by telling the AI what I want it to do when it's making the thumbnail. So it's part my photograph in that thumbnail and part the stuff that doesn't look like I took pictures, if that makes sense. So yesterday, and I won't know if they will work until I try uploading some. Yesterday, I was messing around with GQ members badges. So when you're a member of the channel, like Lynn, when you just joined the channel, you have a yellow-tailed quail tail. And if you look, you'll see Mona's looks turquoise. And it's because Andy has a pink one, or is that red? I can't tell if it's red or pink. Sherry also has a similar color as Andy, and basically that indicates how long they've been a member based on the color. So I've been playing around with badges, and I've made a few of them yesterday, and I'm going to see if I'm going to try to upload one to see if it'll tell me it's too big. And if it's not too big, I have some new badges to add to the list. And then I'll start messing around with playing around with more emojis if I got it correct, if I did it correct. I don't know if I did it correct or not, but I was using the Chat GPT to help me. And we'll see what happens when I try to upload the first one. It'll either say it's okay, or B, it'll say it's too big. I have a feeling it's going to be too big, but we'll find out. But if it works, then I am learning how to make more. So, because now we have 26 members of the channel, and I don't feel like I have enough emojis yet. So I need to make some more emojis. Mona says, I need to redo my emojis. Yeah, I want more emojis so you guys can play around with them. And right now we have, let me see how many we actually have right now. I think we have, for channel members to use, there's only 1, 2, 3, only 5 right now. And I need more. We need more so that they can, you guys can play around with them. But I wanted to see what, I thought about putting up a poll on my community tab to ask, do you like the new thumbnails? Because I think they look good considering I didn't know what the hell I was doing when I was making them. I'm still learning. Getting a feel of the AIs is weird because sometimes if you word it wrong, you'll be surprised what happens. Mona says, I like the green thumbnail. The one with Sean has the same color as most I've seen. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, because I just made a new one for Sean and I for Sunday. It's different than the first one that I made for last Sunday, because the one for last Sunday was also done using the AI. I'm just trying to see if I like it or not. I can go back to doing them in Canva like I've been doing. Most of my thumbnails I've made in Canva itself using my pictures and stuff. But I like the fact that when I told the AI to make me a closed captioning, subscribe, and live buttons, it just made it that fast. And there it is on the thumbnail. All three of them. Closed captioning, subscribe, and what did I say the other one was? Live, the live button. Yeah, Andy just posted all of the emojis we have for the members right now. That's why I said we need to make some more. I need to make some more. And the one that looks like the crocheted sun, Andy made me that one. We tried. She made me a sewing machine too, but it won't let me put it up because it claims it's too big, and that's why it's not on there. It's because it says it's too big. Okay, now I'm going to set the iron aside, and we're going to sew the other sides on next. And I don't know what Denise said that I just missed. Sherry's using the whales. All right, let me get started on this next set. Kevin's the one that made the narwhals and the polar bear one and the Greenland one, but the Greenland flag got kind of chopped off. Hi, on old iPad now. Oh, cool.
Man, it's good.
Yeah, I haven't finished mine. It's very good, babe.
Oh yeah,
It is Kate Momopo soup. You're not gonna hear me complain about it. And I got it the night off from cooking. Yes, was it yesterday we had the lamb or day before?
Day before.
Day before yesterday, we thawed out lamb chops, a whole couple packs of them, and I marinated them in teriyaki sauce. Then I smacked them onto the grill. Oh my God. They were so flipping yummy, weren't they, babe?
Oh yeah.
It's just something about cooking lamb chops on a grill. I made a vegetable stir fry to go with it that was shallots, mushrooms, spinach, and haricots, and it was delicious. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on cable. Fox, the regular networks, may not carry his speech. Oh, yeah, I don't care. He's going to say the same old thing he always says. Mona lamb chops are yummy. When you're cooking them, you have to make sure that you render the, because it, lamb has fat. And I make sure that when we grill them on the grill renders the fat so it's not left in there. Otherwise, you can just cut the fat off and not eat it. Because I don't care. I don't really eat the much of the fat part. The lamb that we eat here is raised here in Greenland. I'm going to go ahead and sew this first one, and then I'll just do straight up pinning for the rest of them. Alrighty. Lamb is good. We used to roast the white lamb. What is white lamb, Sherry? Or are you just talking about the lamb being white? Oh, hair with white hair on it. I think my nephew is going to do a lamb in the fall. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Yeah, they usually harvest lamb in the fall. And I've tried lamb at a restaurant in Raleigh, North Carolina. I don't remember that place we ate at with Becca, but my goodness, it was a lamb tenderloin and they had marinated it. I don't know what they marinated it in, but it was heavenly. Because I couldn't make up my mind whether I wanted to do that or pay another $5 extra to eat a big ribeye steak. And I opted for the lamb. Oh, okay, gotcha. It's like I didn't know what white lamb was. Sorry, Jerry. Thank you for clarifying that for me. All right, we've got one side pinned. Let's do the other side. Okay, we've got 2 more to pin and then we'll be able to sew it. And then you know what? These blocks will be finished. All right, let's get this next one. What's y'all's plans for the weekend? Tomorrow we're gonna, like I said, tomorrow we're gonna be doing socialites, and then Saturday I'm probably gonna do a work on this PMQ that I showed you at the beginning of the live. I'll either do that, or I'm really chomping at the bit to finish Katy's Creative Chaos. I might change my mind and finish it because I need to recount something. For some reason I feel like my count's wrong. And it might not be, it might just, I didn't count something. But if I did count it correctly, I only need to make 3 more large blocks. And that's it. We'll be done, which means 20. I need to make 20 more hourglass blocks. And then I'll be done with making any more of the small stuff. And it's just a matter of getting sashing on the big blocks, then getting them sewn row by row, and then start attaching them to what I've already sewn as rows. So I can't decide on that, or if I want to work on that PMQ I showed you earlier today. Mona says sewing with you. Sherry says quilting with friends. And Sherry says, yeah, Mona. And Sunday, it'll be, well, okay, so as far as I know, for Saturday, it's going to be Sherry, Mona, and Cynthia joining on the live. Friday, it'll be me and Shonda so far. And Sunday morning, it'll be Sean and I. And then I'll be joining Sherry on her live. And yeah, that's what we'll be doing. And I will be hopping on Mona's live Saturday evening after my live. So what I'll do is I'll raid you guys straight into Mona's channel. So we're going to be spending lots of hours with each other this weekend, especially Saturday and part of Sunday. I've been really, just so you guys know, I've been really enjoying sewing with having these videos or lives where we're running them back to back of each other, where we can sew with each other. It's been so much fun to do that. I really missed sewing with you guys while I was in Denmark. There was a couple times like, what am I supposed to do with my hands? I didn't have anything to do. I didn't feel like editing videos, because that means I have to sit in one spot and stare at the screen the whole time. Mona says, I will send links tomorrow. Cynthia is welcome to join me too. Okay. I'll send my links out for Saturday, probably after the live tonight. I've got the thumbnails made. I just need to get the Zoom part done. I haven't done the Zoom part yet. But the main setup for the live has already been done. So remember, you guys need to make sure you make time to come and hang out with us on the this weekend, starting on Friday and then rolling right into Saturday, because we are going to be doing lots of things together and it's going to be lots of fun. And don't forget to when our live links go up and you see the live link, you guys can share them so that you can let other people know on your YouTube platform that we're going to be doing a live, and it'll show what time, and you can share that link. Anyone can share that link. So make sure you share the link so you can get more people to join us on the live, because it'll be fun. I agree, Sherry. Mona says, I changed the thumbnail. It was too much adding and removing photos. I will just add photos after. That's why there's no photos on mine, because I just thought it was too much. And trying to get photos from some people is hard. Sherry says, yes, everyone, it is so much fun on Saturdays starting at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Yes, it is. Going to be lots of laughing and sewing, and you never know what's going to get said or who's going to do it. Just saying. Denise says, France and England play soccer on Saturday to decide the third place winner. Spain and Argentina play Sunday to determine first and second place. Maybe Spain will win. I bet my sister would be happy if Spain won, since she lives in Spain. I don't watch those kind of games. I can't sit and watch stuff like that. Put music on, I'll watch that. All right, let's get to sewing, chain sewing here, because I got everything pinned now. You need to get out of my way. Denise says, I didn't either. I could never figure out what team had the ball. Yeah, there's two sports over here. There's soccer, which they call football, but there's also handball, and we actually have a team from Green, or several Greenlanders who belong to the handball team. And the handball team is kind of like soccer, but not soccer, because they're throwing a ball. Was That's about the size of a soccer ball, sort of. Sometimes you watch those guys jump way up in the air to throw that ball to the net. And I'm like, how did they ever get that high up? But it's the same thing when you see basketball players, suddenly they're way up in the air, you know? My boss's son plays on the Danish handball team. And he says, I think because there was so much hype about the games being held in Los Angeles, I got caught up. Oh, gotcha. I hated seeing Scotland get knocked out because they were doing really well. But if Spain wins, this is good. I can be happy about that too. Any of them, if any of them win, I'd be happy about it because they all work their tails off to get there. What I would like to have a better understanding of is in the winter games, and they're doing the what's the name of that sport? Babe,
What?
What's the name of that sport where they're using the round thing on the stick across the ice to move?
What?
Or the broom thing where they're moving this round thing?
Curling?
Curling. Yeah, I would like to understand how that works better. Because it's interesting to watch it. Greenland was hopeful that the Olympics would, or the whoever runs the Olympics would let Greenland fly or Greenland participate under its own flag, and it's still a big fat no. So it's not Denmark that's caused it. It's something to do with the fact that Faroe Islands and Greenland are up underneath the Danish realm. The whole thing is just a bunch of politics, I think. And all Greenland wants to do is be recognized, you know. Apparently, there's quite a few of them learning to be really good at snowboarding, but there's also the participation in the, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's where they ski a long distance and they do the shooting in it and everything else. And this year, 2 Greenlanders did really well. They were in the top 20, I think. They didn't win, but they were still in that top 20 category, which is very good. Y'all got quiet again. All right. Now I'm going to break out the little iron again, and we are going to press these, and then I'll show you the blocks. Y'all still with me, or did y'all disappear? Oh, no answer. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right, I need to open these seams. Yep. Dinner time. Bye, everyone. Have a good night. Thank you, Debra, for coming in. I've missed you, girl. I'll have to get the big iron after this later. I'm just trying to get it pressed open so you guys can see it because it's a pretty block. I mean, I know not purple's not everyone's cup of tea, but this block is really pretty. It's my cup of tea, but you know. Y'all with me or you sidetracked somewhere else? Let me know. Mona says bye to Jabravka. Man, this cord and me's gonna not get along. Lynn says, very pretty, looks, batiks look great. Mona said, we had Kraft mac and cheese, tuna fish, and peas all together. I remember the days of my mom taking and making a tuna fish casserole that had similar stuff in it, Mona, just not the cheese. I don't know how I feel about putting cheese with fish. Although we have had something where it had Parmesan cheese on it, and it wasn't terrible. Still watching, also eating, says Denise. What's for dinner, Denise? I might drop a little bit of information on y'all in a minute, but don't ask any questions, okay? Just go with it because I'm not ready to really talk about it yet. I feel like if I talk about it too much, it's going to get ruined. Some of you might already suspect, maybe. Depends on whether you can see it or not. I can't see it that much, but my clothes say different. But I also look at my face every day. Sort of. Well, every time I'm live, I see my face. Lynn says, I think we're getting ready to eat soon. It's cold sandwich night, tuna fish and chips. Another person eating tuna. Hey, Geraldine, it's good to see you. Still listening while I eat supper. What are you eating for supper? Your blocks look great. Thank you. Denise says a bowl of loaded potato soup with bacon, but there's a pre-dinner. Yummy. Potato soup sounds good too. So, and like I said, don't ask too many questions. Don't ask questions. Just say, okay, I've lost 20 kilos. No, I'm sorry. That's wrong. 10 kilos. Pounds and kilos get me teased. Anyway, I've lost 10 kilos. And y'all could do the math in Google. Geraldine says we're eating beef ribs. Yum. I haven't had beef ribs in so long. Oh my gosh. Andy says, get it, girl. Thank you, Andy. Well, we're coming along. I'm almost done pressing this one as soon as I get these seams open, and then we will have one more to do, and I'll show you each one at a time on the laptop camera. Doing pretty good. Andy, are you going live tonight? Okay. I'll make sure to try to be there for that. So, what time are you going live? And share your link in the channel if you don't mind, so people will know where to go. You can share the live link if you want to. You're more than welcome to do so. Because I know you, when you say you've had a crappy 4 days, that means you ain't been doing any lives. Maybe after I eat, maybe an hour. Okay. But if you've already set yourself up for the live, go ahead and share your link as well. Okay. I didn't know if you had it set up yet or not. Hey, what is with this? She says, nope, just gonna go live. Okay. All right, I'm almost done here, and then I'll show all 4 of these blocks. And I need to cut fabric tomorrow for the socialites, so I can get the blocks they look like interesting blocks we're going to do tomorrow. Ouch. Mona says, I like the Ursula thumbnail. I like Andy's dragon one. All right. I know these are all the same, but I'll show you all 4 of them in the laptop camera. So here's the first one. There's the second one. This is clue 2. Third one. And number 4. Okay. Normally I would go ahead and label these, but I'll wait till after the live to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick them in the box. Oh, here's the missing clue 1 right there. Golly bum. I thought I had put them in here. All right. This is clue number 2. I'm just going to put them in the bottom. All right, I've got clue 2 done. And since I found clue number 1, I'm going to put it on the top of all this stuff so that I make sure I get clue 1 done next. I had started on, I might go ahead and press all these half square triangles I've made though, get those open. All right, so what did I do with clue number 1 instructions? Right here. Okay. Put those back in here. And at least I'm going to press these since they're already done. And I'll just stick the rest of 1 in here, and I'll continue on another day with that. All right. So I'm going to bring the ironing thing back over here, and we'll do this while we're still live. Anyone have any questions you want to ask? My favorite are the Northern Lights, says Mona. Oh, thank you. I make sure I put Northern Lights on those thumbnails. because I live here. I haven't. Yay! I will. If were you following the specific regiment? Uh, yeah, I'm doing something. But I'm not ready to talk about it yet. Yeah, I will share with y'all after I see the doctor in person, because I have lots of questions. And especially since they're going to do extra blood work to help with this. Denise, that's a very good question. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It depends. It depends on if I feel motivated to do so. Because the most I would make would be tunics anyway. I will have to buy clothes at some point if things go the way it should. And you notice I said if. Because there's always that big if. I already have a pattern for a tunic with my current size. I think there's 4 sizes on it, but I don't know. I'm kind of picky about my clothes.
Raspberries.
Oh, raspberries? Did you ever give her any blueberries?
Yeah.
Okay. Mona says I need to make some new night shirts. Yeah, I bought some new night clothes from Kohl's. It's going to get sent in a box from Syracuse, because my night clothes are so bad right now. They're all worn out, every one of them. The last time I bought night clothes was I want to say either 2022 or 2023, one of them. But I have a lot of clothes that are getting holes in them, lots of shirts, especially the ones I wear on a regular basis. I'm starting to find holes in them, which really sucks, because I haven't been able to get back to the States yet where I can go find clothes that I like. Mona says you can make it from your own shirt. You just fold it in half and trace. Yeah. Too bad pants are not. I can't find pants my size or anything else like that. And since I stopped wearing jeans, it makes it even harder for me to find the kind of pants I want to wear. Quit wearing jeans, I don't know, about the 2nd year of living here. Because they're not warm enough in the winter months. The cold goes right through denim. Mona says, I wear nothing. You don't walk around in public. Oh, sweats. I was about to say, wait a minute. Lately for me, it's been winter leggings. That's about all I wear anymore. Mostly because certain clothing causes pain, especially down the left side of me, down the left leg. And if it causes pain, I'm not going to wear it. So I've taken to wearing leggings because they don't cause pain and they're soft enough that it doesn't even irritate the area that's the problem. But in the winter months when that happens, I have to wear snow pants because that's all I wear. That's why I use tunics. I want the tunics to be long enough to cover my hips and my butt. All right, we got these done. But I am going to roll a seam roller over them. No streaking here, says Mona. I was about to say, wait a minute. I know darn good well you don't go out in public with nothing on. They call her the streak. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Friday was the only day we toured, but June and July is weird. I know a ship is coming probably while I'm in Nuke, which means Nikolai will probably work. And but August, that's when we're gonna get slammed. August, and probably a big chunk of the first half of September is gonna have us slammed. So yeah. They cruise ships on it's cruise ships. I don't know what they're going to do about cruise ships because some of the cruise ships that come through here hire their onboard people to do what we're paid to do. And it takes away from all of us who want to work. And so I think Greenland is about to pass a law, a tourist tax law is going to compensate for all of us who don't get to work because the cruise ship uses somebody on board to tour our town, and the stuff that comes out of their mouth, I'm like, it's not even true. It's just crazy. So it's been an ongoing discussion about that. And all the time I've worked for Bitsy, I've only ever seen one cruise ship actually port on the dock. Everybody else drops their anchor out in the fjord. Okay, what time is it now? Sorry. All right. Tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's me and Shonda. We will be doing blocks 17 and 18 of Socialites 3. I have a little bit of catching up to do with my Socialites as well because I think we're a bit behind, I think, but not bad behind. Because Shonda, let me look at my calendar, but Shonda's doing the same thing I did. I think she's doing a, where is my, hang on a minute, I'm looking for my planner because I know I brought it in here. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna try to update you on me and Shonda. So because I took off for 2 weeks in July, she and I will do the 17th and the 24th together. So we're going to be doing blocks 17 and 18 this tomorrow, and then next Friday, a week from tomorrow, we're doing 19 and 20. But then we will do blocks 21 and 22 on August the 7th, and 23 and 24 on August the 21st. And then we have one block, wait a minute, and that leaves us with one block that will carry over into September for block 25. Now, Kimberly and them will be finished, I think, somewhere at the back end of August, they'll be finished with Social Lights 3. So we'll just be finishing just like a little bit at the back end of where she does. Because we started 2 weeks later. So that there was 2 weeks of blocks where Shonda did did the odd number and I did the even number on a live, and then I did the odd number offline and she did the even number offline, if that makes sense. So that's where we are on that. And then Social Lights 3, that'll leave us probably with where we are going to discuss it probably in September of when we're going to sew all of them together. I don't that's something we'll plan on. And then we will have another quilt top, another one. Yeah. So anyway, okay. And Saturday is triple play day. And like I said, maybe I'll do a combination of working on both my PMQ I showed you at the beginning of the live, and also maybe work some on Katie's Creative Chaos at the same time. I'll probably do both because I'm twitching to want to do. I really want to get that quilt top done, because if I can send it to Denmark, maybe I can gift it to a certain brand for Christmas if I can get it done soon enough. And I also need to finish Abby's quilt top too, so I can get that quilted. So there's that, which means I need to be looking for backing for the Abby's dragon fruit quilt top. And I think I'm going to see if I can find some type of backing that's made, but tulle is so expensive. It's just, I want to put a tulle on the back of it, like that's fairy dust. The fairy dust is beautiful. Or maybe we can do, I thought about polka dot, but then the polka dot could like bend your eyeballs. So, but the fairy dust would look pretty on the back. And since Abby likes pink anyway, maybe I could find, I don't know, 3 yards or 4 yards of fairy dust and turn that into a backing for the back side of the quilt, and then just send everything to Connie for quilting, and then send it back for me to bind. And then I could bind it and then figure out if I want to take a chance, take a risk and mail 2 quilts to the United States, one going to Georgia and one going to California. I don't know. Or do I wait and take them with me when I go to the States next year? Because I have to come to the States next year, regardless of whether either one of us want me to, because I have no choice. I have to deal with my passport. Either way, I can't be without one. So, and I will not risk putting my passport in a mail. Nope, not happening. It's too risky that it'll get lost in the mail, and then I'll be stuck in a country without the proper identification, and that would be bad. And I don't know. I don't think my husband would appreciate me trying. You can't fly without it anyway. There's just no way to do that. Hello to, wait a minute. Laura says, hi, Laura, how are you? Katie, I've been listening on and off throughout your live. My brother-in-law had to go to the ER and was admitted to the hospital. I've had to be available for my sister. Ouch. I'm so sorry to hear that. Lynn says, hugs, Laura. I hope your brother will be okay. I hope he will be too. Hi, Linda. It's been a while. How are you? And Denise says, Laura, sorry to hear the news. Prayers for him, your sister, and your families. Gosh, y'all have had a lot on your plate this past year and a half, 2 years. Goodness gracious. So anyway, I will figure that out at some point or another. I do think that I'm going to go in January, probably. Maybe mid-January, I'll fly to the States and go to Florida first. That way I can go to the courthouse and file all the proper paperwork along with giving them my passport, and then go to Georgia, go do California first, fly from California to Atlanta, and then spend time with, I'm going to go get my grandson and take him to QuiltCon. That's what I want to do. So this is not stuck in stone right now. I won't know until it gets closer of what I'm going to do. But the plan is to go from flying to Florida, then go to California to do 2 different things that I need to get taken care of, and then fly back to Georgia and do QuiltCon with my grandson in tow. Maybe I'll have Thomas in tow. I hope I can talk him into it. And then spend the rest of, and by the time I get back to Florida and spend time with my youngest grand and my daughter there, my passport should arrive at her house by the time I get back from all of this. Because it takes about 6 weeks to do a renewal on your passport. And then, and since I'll have to do it in Florida, because that's where I have been doing it every time I do it. So, John, hey, John, welcome to my live. I'm still trying to catch up. You have a big playlist, sir. A big playlist. So I've been watching them on and off every time the other day, your wife, I don't know if this is your wife or not, but they were showing brooches. I have some brooches. My mother loved buying brooches, and some of them are quite pretty. And I have them now because my youngest sister made sure that I got them, and I keep them in a small box, jewelry box. And so they rarely ever see the light of day, because some of them I think my mom bought from an antique shop, maybe. And so she wore them when she would go to church. Of course he is, Denise. It's the same old crap. That and wanting to take Greenland. Right?
Mm.
I love you.
Good. And no more word of that.
I know. We're not, yeah. We don't want to, no. And I would not watch him either, because it's always the same old, there's this old saying, and those of you who are my age get the analogy. It's like a broken record, and a broken record's where when it's turning on the turntable, it repeats at one spot on the record, because there's something wrong with that one little piece in the record. That's what it sounds like. The same old broken record stuff. And that's why no. Anyway, on a lighter note, see you tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Get ready for some more fun sewing with Shonda. Shonda's always a joy to have on the channel. And then Saturday, like I said, at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, we will start the triple play, and it's going to be my channel. And then I'll raid everybody over to Mona's channel. And then when Mona's done, she'll raid everybody over to William's channel. So get ready for lots of laughter, sewing, and just having a great time. And remember, everyone, remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. And what do you do with that? You make something beautiful, or you take the time and go do something beautiful or wonderful for someone else, because you never know, that might change their whole world. And we need lots of that kind of thing going on in today's world, because there's sure a lot of other things not so cool. Anyway, have a great night. See y'all later, and I will see. And don't forget to go to Andy's channel. Let me share her link while I'm thinking about it. Oops. So that you can find when she's going to be live, and go watch her live and help her, because she's been out for a couple days and she could use time, everybody to watch her. So love you guys. See you tomorrow. Decos. And Qaqortoq. Did that end? No, it didn't. What are you doing? Okay, now it should be done.